How to determine impeller rotation is one of the most common questions customers ask. Knowing the rotation of each pump is easy with a few tips and will ensure that your orders are correct. On all Smith & Loveless above grade and below grade pump stations, there are clockwise and counterclockwise pumps. Wastewater from the wet well circulates through the volute, which houses the impeller. The pump then discharges the wastewater out of the volute through the station discharge piping. By looking at the directional flow of the wastewater through the pump and specifically the volute, the rotation can be determined. The quick tip on determining rotation of the pump. Position yourself on the opposite side of the volute discharge. Looking at the volute, is the discharge on the right or left side? If the discharge is on the right side, take your right arm and curve it like a clock. Which direction are your fingers moving? Counterclockwise. The path of the wastewater moves counterclockwise through the volute and out its discharge. If the discharge is on the left side, take your left arm and curve it like a clock. Which direction are your fingers moving? Clockwise. The path of the wastewater moves clockwise through the volute and out its discharge. On wet well mounted pump stations, there is a clockwise and counterclockwise pump. The pump on the left is the clockwise rotation. The pump on the right is the counterclockwise rotation. The flow always circulates around the volute first and then out through the volute discharge. The flow path rotation always determines whether the impeller and pump are clockwise or counterclockwise in rotation. On flooded suction underground pumps, there are clockwise and counterclockwise pumps. Depending on the pump station, it can have clockwise and counterclockwise pumps, and other pump stations have all clockwise or all counterclockwise pumps. Again, follow the path of the flow through the volute and you will know the rotation of the pump. If the impeller is removed and you need to determine the rotation of the impeller, the first thing is to make sure the motor end of the impeller with the keyway is facing up. The larger opening of the impeller, called the suction end, is face down. Now determine which way the vanes curve. Do not put your arm in the impeller, but think about how your arm would curve around the impeller if you did. Just like the volute example, which direction did your arm go? The first example shows a clockwise rotation. The second example shows a counterclockwise rotation. It's important to note that all Smith & Loveless pump stations are unique and manufactured specifically for each job. If you are unsure of the rotation direction of your pumps, please see your O&M manual or contact our customer service department at 800-922-9048.